Hey, what's up, guys? How are you today? Welcome to my vlog. It's been a while. I'm still alive, if you're asking. I'm still alive, but there's been lots of stuff going on lately, and especially with this bike. But I'll mention that in a moment. So yeah, during December, I had to take out my batteries from both bikes, basically. So I took out both batteries because it was ice on the road. I didn't use my bike, and then during Christmas I didn't use my bike anyway. So I took out the batteries, and then I went to visit my grandma. I went to stay with her for a few weeks. She's 85 years old, and it's a bit sad because she already speaks about passing herself. Obviously, I don't want that. No one wants that. But it's something that she kind of, how to say it, doesn't want to live, kind of thing. 85 years old. She actually lived through Second World War. If you want to get what type of age she is, she actually lived through Second World War. She was a child, but she lived through it. And she wouldn't want to eat. She didn't want to take her medicine, so I went there. My mother's there all the time, but I went there and sat with her, basically talked with her, sat with her, made sure she eats, made sure she takes some medicine at least. She refused it. She refused the medicine even from me. And I'm her favorite child, let's call it, because she raised me, kind of thing. My both parents were working, were in the home, so she was raising me. And she was more keen to take stuff from me than from my mother, I suppose. And my mother's been there for a long time with her, so she got used to it, and I've been there for only a few weeks. So she was more keen to take stuff from me, and when I was asking her to eat something and stuff like that, she was more keen to eat because I said it, not because my mother said. And so, she felt a bit better. At the time I have to change lanes though. She started feeling better. She started eating. She doesn't take the medicine well, though. The doctor gave her some medicine for stuff like BMW. I don't know if you're coming. For something to do with oxygen, blood oxygen, kind of thing. Because I don't know how it's called or anything, but it's something where there's not enough blood like circulating into the head or something like that, and she gets dizzy, that kind of thing. But she didn't want to take that medicine, and sometimes because she fell a few times. That was last year, and my mother got really worried at that point. But yeah, she took some of the medicine. I tried to give her vitamins and stuff like that into her food, into her drinks, because she wouldn't take them otherwise. So she didn't know about that, obviously. But it was something that she needs to take vitamins and stuff. It's like, we obviously want her to live more, but if she refused to take vitamins or medicine, it's like there's not much left for her to go on. You cannot live on water alone. There's no calories in that. But yeah, she started eating, some salmon, some this, some that, some sausage, some something, bit by bit. And then when I left, she began eating a bit more. So I suppose that's a result. I will be going to visit her again this year, because it might be, the last time I will be able to visit her, that type of time. I don't know if I can go though. I can. Yeah, I'll go in front of the BMW. Oh, this guy's turning. Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I was fearing. The guy will be turning. So yeah, she already talks about passing and stuff like that. So it's difficult, and especially when you're close one and someone who raised you says that kind of stuff. You know, it's like you don't want to hear it. It's like, you know she can live a bit longer. I mean, death is ultimate. There's no escaping it. But it's like she always said that she wants to pass in her bed, just fall asleep and never wake up. I mean, that is probably the kindest death you can get, I suppose. Just fall asleep and never wake up. But yeah, it's gonna be painful if she doesn't want to eat and stuff. I mean, at some point she probably will go to sleep and never wake up. It's like I'm not trying to fool myself. Come on, mate. Okay, so you put an indicator to go straight. Interesting stuff, mate. That guy's gonna be annoying with that truck. But yeah, I'm planning to go there again because I have to book a flight and stuff like that. So it's not in London or anything anywhere close. I have to fly there. It's far away. Other than that, less on maybe on a sad note to another sad note will be this bike. Oh man, there's been some stuff going on with this bike over the winter because my bike stood there for like a month without doing anything, literally for even maybe more over a month. This one without starting it up or anything. And that is because there was a broken fuel line on it. The hose, fuel hose was broken, it was leaking. So I had to remove all the fuel from the tank. And there was like 8 liters of it. So I had to remove all the fuel inside the tank. And I only have a 5 liter, canister for the fuel. So it's like, I thought it's gonna be like 3 liters something because I didn't tank it, I thought. But then it's just like, the 5 liter one overfilled, and it's like shit, I need something. And it's just bottles, whatever, plastic bottles, fucking whatever, just get something, man. And it turned out, no, I spilled some of it, but it turned out I had like, I don't know, about 8 liters of fuel over there. Because I filled some bottles. I didn't put all the fuel back because I was scared. First of all, dirty, that's one thing. And second of all, water. So I didn't put all the fuel, even from the 5 liter canister. I didn't put the all fuel. I just left at the bottom, like a liter or something. I'm gonna dispose of that. I think there's gonna be water in it, and the water is kind of heavier. Therefore, it should be on the bottom, I suppose. I think the water is heavier than the fuel. So it should be on the bottom. And I'm gonna throw it away. Okay, you cannot go. I didn't see the person there. I would just go if I saw her. Didn't know she was going actually this way. Because I was looking at the learner and he was turning, so it's your way to go, mate. But he didn't go. Just like, no one? Good. I'm going through the city, not A406, because I just kind of rebuilt the what was it called? The exhaust. So I painted the exhaust on this bike. I have some pictures. I'll show you the pictures. So it looked rusty all over. I sanded it, used a special kind of chemical that turns rust into kind of solid surface, and then painted it with heat resistant paint, for the exhaust and manifolds and whatever. I really can't see shit because these roads are too small for this type of trucks, mate. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if I can overtake. Not really, from what I can see. because he's gonna... I mean, I could go onto the other side of the... Okay, I'm not gonna go any further than that. What was it about? I wasn't about the fuel, but then later on I changed the topic to something else. Well, anyway, so yeah, I had to take all the fuel out, so I did that. Oh, painted the exhaust, yeah. Pictures, right, I forgot about that. I'll show you the pictures, yes. So, after, before doing anything, after applying the chemical that turns rust into solid, I recommend, that's Hammerate, I think, kind of rust, not prevention, it's not prevention, it turns rust into solid surface you can paint over. You don't have to even sand it anymore, you just clean the whatever you have on pipes or whatever, on metal, and then apply that. And it's a lot of that kind of thing. I thought it's gonna be a bit more kind of thick, this liquid, but it's literally like water. And for the whole exhaust I used almost nothing, and I paid for it like £10. You could literally do like 100 exhausts with this. That how much you have that liquid in there. Is the whole like a tube like that. They don't give you a brush or any sorts, so you need to take care of that yourself. Stop going at it. It's like you can see I'm coming, like wait. I'm going this way. I'm going to my brother, but I'm going through the city rather than A406. Right. And maybe I'll show you the exhaust. There you go. It's painted. I mean, it's matte paint, but it used to be literally rusted and everything. I cannot do much about this part because I don't have a compound for polishing metal kind of thing. I could polish it, but it's not really that important to me. I just worried about the exhaust because it was rusty, and now that it's not, I don't care. It's painted, it's fine. And so I'm gonna just literally, that's it. I have the steering bar, obviously I have that, and I ordered a new ignition barrel, all the set basically. The whole set of ignition barrel and for the tank lock, and also the lock for the helmet. It's not a seat lock, it's a helmet lock. I also ordered battery strap because for some reason this bike didn't have one. Yeah, I'm riding right now without a battery strap. It's not gonna go anywhere really, but I ordered one. It's gonna come tomorrow maybe. And yeah, just to make sure the battery doesn't fly out anywhere, just in case. I will have to do a clean of carburetor, whatever that is. That's what I'm saying. It's like it is fuel injected. Has to be in it. EFI, electronic fuel injection. So it is fuel injected, but it has a carburetor? Nah. Now that has to be the whatever, the chamber basically. So I have to take it apart and clean it probably. Okay, I'll always take the bus. Because why not? Slowly, because you never know with people. Now this part of the street is always fucked, man. Always. Yeah, I'm not gonna overtake because of that bus, obviously. And also crossing people walk on green light for me. It's just, that's how it is here. So yeah, other than that, what else did I do? I did some stuff. Oh, I cleaned my chain as well. and it was a bit dirty, so I took off the guard and properly cleaned it over there. Come on, BMW. I need to make that clutch a bit better. I haven't ridden this bike for a while, like for a proper over a month. Like it's gonna be more like 2 months soon. Yeah, the fuel leak was motherfucker to correct to do, because the cables are just literally, even if I took off the tank, I don't think I would have better access to the fuel line. It's just that type of rubbish space for them. But I did change both of them, and it's just, you know, that's fine. I'm one second here. I did change both of them. I ordered that, so I spent in overall, I spent like £200 on materials to fix some shit on this bike. Like £200, something like that, with paint and everything. No, a bit more than that, because it's also the steering bar. So about £250 I spent. About 200. I'm not gonna do that because there's a person walking. £250 I spent, and you know, this is gonna be painted and all that. And as I said, I'm changing the barrel for the key because it has some kind of problems. I mean, it starts and everything, but sometimes when I turn the key weirdly, it's just, I mean, it could be because it's Chinese and it's cheap. But I think after 2 years of using it, that, you know, just previous owner made the shit out of it, basically. Another thing that I'd like to point out is I changed the oil, and I think that's why I would like to warn people about going to mechanics. This guy was going to a Honda dealership, kind of, you know, certified Honda stuff. So wait a minute, mate. I'm over here. So you're not gonna go any faster because of the traffic here, and I can go a bit faster because I can overtake them, right? So help me out, I help you out. Another day, I suppose. I'm not doing that on the... Like I said, I don't usually do that if the traffic is moving in front of the crossing. You never know what's behind the van, or in front of the van rather. About the mechanics, yeah, like I said, I don't trust mechanics, and for a good reason. Because this guy was going to a mechanic, and he has like proper invoices from mechanic. He gave me those papers. He was changing the oils, spark plugs, and shit like that for him. Now the problem is, the fucking genius mechanic stripped the fucking sun plug thread. That's why the oil was leaking. It was actually leaking like very little, but it was leaking. And when I noticed that, I immediately ordered a sun plug. And I thought, okay, when I'm gonna do a change, I'm gonna change the sun plug, and hopefully it's the thread on the plug itself that's fucked, not the internal thread. And it was the thread on the sun plug, not the internal thread. Thankfully. And thanks to that, I was able to just change it and, you know, replace it. But yeah, he just fucking broke the thread inside, and it's like, seriously, man. That's why I don't believe mechanics and don't go to mechanics very often. That's why I prefer to do, not only is it cheaper for you to do stuff like simple oil changes, it's simple to do for you yourself, you save money on it, and you save a trouble if some moron is gonna do a boo-boo with your screws or something, with your plugs or something like that. Okay, whatever, dude. It's like, I'm not gonna wait for you. No one? No one. And that's it. So that's a caution for you guys. If you going to mechanic, make sure the bike, like do a picture or something, or pictures of your bike before you give it to mechanic, because they can damage it, there's loads of shit they can do. I had that with my Suzuki. So I went to mechanic because they were repairing my throttle assembly, so they did that. And usually they know, I usually just stay there and, see everything. So if there's something wrong, I can already say. But, that time I had to leave because the bike had to stay there for a while. They were waiting for a part and stuff like that, right? And so there was a thing from Airbox, wasn't screwed in. So I had to screw it in myself, literally. I also bought this thing because it's broken. Everything's cheap, but everything's cheap for a reason and breaks fucking soon on this bike, man. That's what I'm saying. For 2 years, this bike is fine. After 2 years, yeah, good luck. It's gonna start having problems. It's just gonna happen. Especially if you go to dodgy mechanics who don't give a shit, and then they barely do anything and then charge you for a service. I have to buy for this bike, in order for it to pass MOT, I have to buy, I think it was rear disc brake. It's not expensive, but it's not available. That's the problem. And finding the correct parts is another problem. It's not like they give you a part number and I can go to ECB or whatever, ECE, I don't remember the company name that makes disc brakes. I can go to that company and just buy that size, that exact fitment. No, because they don't give you fitments. They don't give you any numbers on the website. There is a part, it's just out of stock, but they don't give you numbers, like as in what's the thickness, what's the height, what's position of the holes and stuff like that, how big the holes are. They don't say, they don't tell you that. I think there was one disc brake where it had a replacement there. It's the same with spark plug. I don't have manual for this bike. And I cannot find it anywhere. Even if I wanted to buy, you can buy the, Chinese motorcycle, but it's not manual for this bike. It's for overall Chinese motorcycles. That doesn't help me because it's not exactly this bike. I don't know what sort of, arrangement they use. Yeah, sure, a lot of the parts are interchangeable, but that doesn't mean everything's interchangeable, especially with this one, which is fuel injected. Like, seriously, just go, people. And Lexmotor has manual for it. I just don't have the account with them. And I don't think I can make one because I didn't try that yet, to be honest. But I was scouring the internet for information such as, what's the clearance on the valves, what's this, what's that, and stuff like that. I have to check parts and figure out what's the size of the tire, for example, and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. It's like there's no information on this bike. If you buy it new, you should have all this information. I'm not gonna use the cycle lane though. But because I bought it used, it didn't have the manual, and you can get the manual, as I said, when you register your bike as a brand new, you get the manual for free. You don't have to pay for it, and it should be available. But I don't have the account with them, and I am not the previous owner. I don't know how that works, to be honest. It's like I will have to call them or something, and then tell them that I'm the owner now. Give me a manual. But I'm not in a rush to get the manual, to be honest, because I'm not doing anything that really requires the manual. With Chinese bikes, torque settings are kind of out the windows. because everything's like worse quality. So you just, I mean, torque settings, it's like I'm taking a Honda, for example, a CBF or something, torque settings, and I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna do that. I can do that. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I did on this bike already, and I still have to do, like I said, change. So take all of this on my steering bar, take all of this out, change this one from brand new one. I'll get it probably on Monday or Tuesday. Change the steering bar itself, which I have, and then what else was I on about? I have to do the valve clearance, but I have to check that and everything. I have the tools for it, that's not a problem. I just wanted to make it run first because it wasn't running at all. I wouldn't want to start after that month break. Not because there's no juice in the, what was it called, battery, because the battery was indoors and it was charged. So my Suzuki started first time, no problem. Suzuki, no problem. After that month of literally standing still on the first button, it just literally started up. That's it, no problems. Suzuki. This one developed a leak of fuel. That's what I'm saying, man. So do look out when you, like I said, Chinese bikes are probably good for 2 years. So if you want to learn on your CBT, something like that, and move on to a bigger bike, I think there is a place for them. But if you want to own it, like for a longer period of time, I don't think, I just go for something better. Literally, just spend more money, and it's gonna save you more money in the long run. If you're buying for the long run, I bought this out of whim. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter. It's more of a commute kind of thing. Kind of. I do make it look better. Like I put some money in it because whenever I own a bike, I just put some money in it. I don't know. I'm that type of guy, I suppose. It's like I'm not gonna let it rot or something. But at the same time, you know, I'm not gonna put too much money in it. I'm not gonna make the plastic look pristine or something. If the guy at the MOT says there's nothing wrong with the tank and the dent, I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna replace that or even do it because, yeah, I would have to pay for it, and I don't intend to pay for that. I don't give a shit. You can pull it out, I suppose. You know, it's not that difficult, and you're not gonna even damage the paint. There is a way to do that. I just not bothered. Like, why would I do that? Doesn't matter to me. It's just cosmetic at this stage to me. Right, I do need to overtake some of these people. That was a bottle or something. Let's overtake these people. So yeah, that's my vlog. A bit long one, a bit ranty one, but yeah, that's what's been going on. I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, for a few months for sure. But yeah, I'll be slowly getting back into it. I'll be mostly vlogging on this piece of crap, since my Suzuki is now reserved, let's call it, for stuff like road trips and stuff like that, or if I want to go to some faster roads and stuff like that. That's what my Suzuki is gonna be used for now. I'm not gonna commute with my Suzuki. It's just no point to waste. I'm keeping my Suzuki forever, literally, for as long as I can. I could have overtaken this guy as well. I'm keeping my Suzuki forever, pretty much. So I'm not gonna put too many miles on it and stuff like that, right? So I'm not gonna make it rubbish. I'm gonna still use it, obviously, if I want to go to, I don't know, Wales or something like that. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna use the Suzuki, obviously, not this piece of crap. But riding around the city and just going around, yeah, this is the crap you're gonna see. So most vlogs will be on this piece of shit now, which I suppose is a nice kind of change from my Suzuki. And I do like the riding, position on this. It's a very comfortable bike. It's comfortable. The seat is nice and cushy. I like it. So as long as it runs around, I'm not gonna put too much money any more money into it. I'm just gonna repair the stuff that it looks rubbish. Like I said, the steering bar and stuff like that. I have some paint, so I'm gonna paint the yoke. What's it called? Yoke. There we go. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I am back. I am alive. I will be doing more videos in the future for sure. See you next time. Blast out.